3, 2, 1, count up.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Glenn Griffin, Vice President, Digital Commerce Manager, and joining me is Kim Hamblen, Cash Management Solutions Officer. We're here today to kick off our Facebook Live series, which will be running for the next 16 weeks, every other week on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. And again, today is our first segment. We'll cover such topics as online wires, ACH, which is ingoing and outgoing payments, some mobile deposits, remote deposit capture, as well as finishing up with our payroll partner and Clover POS system. So again, we're excited to be in front of you today with our live video. And as you see this video afterwards, we're kicking this off again, as I mentioned, with merchant services today. And we're excited to discuss our partnership with First Data. We partnered with them because their community banking team, they have the same mindset, the same core values as our bank does. And they're a global payment provider as well. So their services, solutions are top notch. And again, we work with their community banking team on an individual basis. So each customer we work with matters. We take time, we provide free quotes. And again, our attentive and customer service are paramount in the entire picture. So again, we do want to disclaim that today we're not giving specific advice. We're providing general information that is just global. And if you do have specific questions, please comment those in the comments section as we're going through the video. We'll try to answer those as quickly as we can today. And if anything has to be taken offline, we'll be glad to PM you and have that conversation afterwards as well. So I will pause again. Please ask those questions in the comments section. And at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Kim Hamblen to give some more details about our program. And Kim, if you'd please reintroduce yourself.
Thanks, Glenn, and good morning, everyone. My name is Kim Hamblen, and I am the Cash Digital Commerce Solutions Officer here at First National Bank. As Glenn mentioned earlier, we chose First Data because, like First National Bank, they care about their customers and doing the right things for them. With First Data, we have the ability to set up customers with credit and debit cards, gift cards, fleet cards, and EBT cards. We also support platforms for retail, hospitality, mail order, phone order, restaurants, and many more, with a variety of terminals and POS systems available to us. We also offer online payments, phone apps, virtual terminals. We have terminals that support Apple Pay and Google Pay, and we also have terminals that can provide processing that does not require signatures. If anyone has specific questions on a POS terminal, we strongly encourage you to contact us. Everyone's system is different, and we have a great team that we partner with at First Data that can provide the easiest and best ways to integrate those systems with ours.
Excellent. And I will just talk about our Clover, which is the flagship merchant processing product that we offer in partnership with First Data. We have Clover Go, which is a handheld wireless go anywhere solution, which is, as you can see, is pretty comparable to Square. We're pretty excited about this product because it's low cost. We can do swipe, non-swipe pricing. And again, it just allows our business customers that flexibility where you can take this on the road wherever you need it. It's there for you. Clover is pretty exciting as well because it offers the online payment portal. So if you had to go, you can also be able to key those in at your business, your back office shop, if you're doing phone payments, or also connecting that to your online store. So we're pretty excited about the Clover solutions that we're offering. We go as far as having a full POS system, which has been huge for some of our restaurants and general stores. and that includes kitchen printing and counter printing abilities, all kinds of apps in the App Store, so you can have add-ons to help run your business from A to Z, and it really allows that flexibility and control over how you handle your business with efficient products. So again, I won't dive too deep into Clover today, but I did just want to highlight a little bit of that. And again, I know I mentioned our 8 segment series. Our last one is a full-blown Clover series ending on December 22nd. So stay tuned for that. If anybody has any specific questions about Clover today, certainly hit us up and we'll do our best to answer those as well. Kim?
I just wanted to touch briefly on our process and what we have to offer. We have very competitive rates and have been seeing a solid savings to customers that we have set up so far. Since we do have a variety of pricing options, we do ask existing businesses to please provide us with at least 3 months worth of statements, preferably not like August, September, October, maybe a down month and a busy month. We also ask if you're a brand new business. Sometimes it's a guesstimate as to what your average ticket is going to be, what your monthly volume will be. But those are the types of things we need to give you a decent quote.
Yeah, and I'll just jump in, Kim, as well. And when we talk about getting the statements, what we're really looking for is what's your real processing transactions? How are they coming through? Are they in person? Are they EMV? So, we want to really be able to give you an apples to apples comparison. And that includes your monthly transactions, your average ticket, as Kim said. So again, we want to be able to give you the most accurate price quote we can, because if you give us 3 statements where you have a busy month, a moderate month, and maybe a slow month, that way we can give you the best rate quote possible and give you the most realistic view of what we think we can save you for money.
Yeah, and I do want to add that this is a completely free service. We have no expectations of anybody having to switch if we provide you with a free quote. We do pride ourselves in being honest and looking out for our customers' best interest. So if it makes more sense for you to stay with your current processor, we're certainly going to tell you that. We're not going to force you to take our quote because it really is just a free service.
And we did get a few questions, Kim, so I'll take a stab. So we have some questions about how equipment costs are structured, whether you can purchase or lease. Certainly, we have options where we can allow you to purchase those outright. We certainly have a lease and also a rent option. So depending on cash flow and seasonal and some of the way your business is structured, we can certainly work with each individual business on what's best. And certainly, depending on the relationship as well, we can have those equipment cost conversations. And again, just to reiterate what Kim said, we try to think of ourselves as a business customer and do everything we can to make it the easiest solution and the most cost effective for businesses, because we know in a normal year, business is tough. And then obviously, as we're in, with COVID and everything that's going on now, we are certainly sensitive to that. And we really do try to do the best we can when it comes from a cost standpoint. But we have flexible options, which really is the bottom line there.
And Glenn, I did want to mention too, we also, for certain equipment, do have installment options as well to just spread that cost out for the customer.
For sure. Thanks, Kim. And then we got another question. What are the processing fees and how competitive are we? Are there any additional fees? And you want to speak to that, Kim?
I think we kind of briefly touched on that. We have numerous different payment options. So honestly, the best way to get the best rate for you is to provide us with either those 3 months of statements, or a good guesstimate as if you're a new business as to what your average ticket monthly sales will be. And again, we did touch upon, we've been seeing, in some cases, a significant savings as far as what First Data can offer for rates.
Absolutely. And then just to clarify, a question was posed, can I use my existing equipment? And so that's a variety of answers, to be honest, without sounding fishy. So it just depends, what's the age of the equipment, what is the type, the brand, who are you processing with currently? So again, each specific piece of equipment and each deal is going to be different, but we're going to give you our honest, straightforward answer there. So if it's something where we can convert that over and use that machine, that's going to be our first choice every time, because that way, as a business owner, you're keeping the cost down up front. If it's something we require a new piece of equipment, whether it be a gateway to connect to or a new terminal, then we'll certainly have that conversation. And then to reiterate, again, we have rent, lease, and buy options with installments, like Kim mentioned. So again, we do try to be as flexible with pricing and understanding of all those business needs that you have.
Absolutely. I also did want to discuss some of the benefits of processing credit cards with First National Bank. First Data does provide next day funding for most terminals that are batched out by 9:00 p.m. at night. Each merchant is provided with an online portal where they can log in and check for their sales, chargebacks, how many of MasterCard, Visa, American Express, Discover that they're processing. They can even pull up their monthly statements that way. We had mentioned earlier that installment plans available for merchant equipment. I think one of the biggest and most important factors is that is support. First Data has 24/7 support if one of us in digital commerce is not available, but we are also there for the one-on-one support. We have a great team that we work with at First Data, and they're very helpful in giving us support as well as our customer support. First Data also offers $100,000 in breach insurance if you're PCI compliant. PCI compliance is mandatory, and many card processors charge high fees if the merchant is not in compliance. At the very least, I would recommend that everybody take a minute, look at your statement to see if you are PCI compliant, because it will say non-compliance PCI fee if you are not. That sometimes can be huge. And expand on the PCI part of it a little.
Absolutely. I'll dig into that a little bit more. And again, to reiterate Kim's point, we've seen fees, as much as $50 or $100 in a month when a business is not compliant. And so what is PCI compliance? PCI stands for Payment Card Industry Compliance, and it's mandated by the credit card companies. And it's really helping to ensure that the credit card transactions that are being run through the equipment is compliant. So you want to have security around that. Payment Card Industry Compliance refers to the technical and operational standards that businesses follow to secure that data. So all of the data that's being provided through the swipe or the punching in of all of the data for the cardholders is transacted in a secure way. And so the PCI standards for compliance, they're really developed and managed by PCI Security Standards Council, and every processor will require that. And how the compliance is handled is typically through like a questionnaire, a survey, something that you're getting through your credit card processing service. And again, that might be, I believe, Kim, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a quarterly requirement. And again, it's something that you're doing to tell them how your security runs at your business. So, you're going to get that information from your processor on a regular basis. And again, just be wary of that because, again, we have seen that really drive up costs for our business customers when you're not compliant.
And Glenn, I know we have a little bit more to go here, but this might be a good time to answer the questions that are coming in about PCI compliance. The first question was, what does it take to be compliant? And basically it's, usually just a survey that asks you questions about your systems and like, how secure you are with the data that you have. And what if our system is compromised? I think that goes with the next question. If we're hacked, do you help work through it? Again, that's where that breach insurance would come into play. And certainly, we, the bank, as well as First Data, would help with that if there was a breach. Absolutely.
No, good questions.
So in conclusion, we would really love to have a conversation with any business, regardless of your size, to see what we can do to help you save money and to provide an efficient solution. So we support our merchants from beginning to end, the setup, the day-to-day operations. And again, I said it before, it's not going to cost you anything to get a quote. So all you need to do is just give us a call and we'll get started on that.
Absolutely. And we also have a couple more questions coming in. Does the system keep up with tech changes, tap and insert or swipe? And all of our terminals, whether they be First Data terminals or if you go the Clover route, again, I'll just highlight this little fella here. But again, tapping, insert, swipe, keyed in, we have all the options. And again, Kim mentioned with curbside and some of the COVID restrictions and worries there, we can go with no signature. So any Google Pay, Apple Pay, all of the new tech ways to pay, we do offer and support those. And again, taking a step back, and again, I'll just reiterate the point of First Data. They're a global payment provider. But the great thing about the community banking arm that we work with is that they have those same core values: integrity, honesty, attentive to customer service. So again, it provides a huge payment processor, but kind of gives you that individual attention. And that's really how we run our shop here. And hopefully you've seen that when you've dealt with our bank before. And then we also have another question, Kim, on how soon are funds released? And
yeah, so if the business batches out before 9 p.m., then those funds are available next day. Some of the terminals, I believe Clover, if it's 10 p.m., then it's available the next day. So there's some good flexibility there.
Absolutely. And then we'll talk, I know I mentioned the Google Pay, the Apple Pay, but we also have a couple of other solutions where it's an online payment portal, and you can key that in if you're a kind of a back store where you don't really have a storefront. You're taking phone orders or just something, linked through one of your online store portals. We also have that ability to have an app on your phone. So we have some vendors that works well for them, where they can take their phone with them and just key the card in that way too. So again, flexibility, lots of different payment options, lots of different payment plans as far as equipment, and hopefully, you know, again, bringing it back to First National Bank, the service is there for you. So you have our team here at the bank, and then you also have First Data, which is 24/7. So again, I think it kind of gives us the best of both worlds, where you still get that community banking feel and service, but again, you have that large payment provider that can really give you that advantage when it comes to processing credit cards, and in a secure fashion, in efficiency as well. So, you know, again, we're excited about that. Do you have anything else to add, Kim?
Nope, not to that. But
So
there was a good question here. If we own more than one business, can we use the same account? So again, I would strongly suggest that you give one of us a call. You know, if it's two separate businesses, maybe it does need to be two separate merchant accounts, and maybe not, depending on how you want it set up. So again, I would suggest just giving one of us a call, the number's on the screen, and just having that discussion with one of us.
And we also have digital commerce at thefirst.com for email as well. So if you prefer to email, we'll have this video out there as well. And if you have comments and questions, you know, please add those, and I'll give last call for any questions today. We'll pause just briefly for any final ones. But with that being said, it looks like there's nothing at this moment. So at the end of the day, you know, we certainly appreciate you joining us, appreciate your time, for everybody viewing this live and viewing the video in the future. And again, just to echo, you know, what Kim said and what we've said all along, we'd love to have a conversation with you. We're happy to, you know, discuss any part of your business, and certainly when it comes to credit card processing, we'd love to have that conversation and see what we can provide with our partnership with First Data. And we will provide a free quote if we get some statements or an idea of what you're processing. You know, if you are a startup business, we've helped several of those as well. And again, you know, we try to keep customer service at the forefront of everything we do here. And to recap, I'm Glenn Griffin, Digital Commerce Manager. I've been joined with the wonderful Cash Management Solutions Officer, Kim Hamblen. If you have more questions, please comment. And our contact information has been provided, so we'd love to have that conversation with you. And then also, please stay tuned for our next Facebook Live session, which will be on September the 15th, or excuse me, September the 29th. We'll be talking about Positive Pay, and I'll be joined by Jeff Marks. And then 2 weeks after that, on October the 13th, we'll be talking online wires with Juliet. So again, thank you everybody for your time, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.